Hey, I'm Brad McBride. What's up?
I'm Seth.
And this is your B-Dub Motorsports Race Weekend Review. We were doing some car maintenance after the race today, and we just want to share with you guys what's went on in the past week, things we've changed, things we've fixed, things we've learned, and even some people we've met. So, Seth, why don't you start us off about where we went Friday on our way down, relaxing the evening to Galot Motorsports.
Friday afternoon, we went to Cary, North Carolina, and stopped by Black Forest Industries and met a few of the guys there and got a brief tour of the shop. They showed us around a few things, and we pulled the car out and let them take a look over the car and got a tour of their shop and their facility. Got to see some of the cars that they were working on, got to see some of the products that they provide for the customers like you, and just got a little chance to get a little bit more personal with the crew and meet people and learn a little bit more about what they do and what it takes for them to function and make the products that they make. They asked to see the car towards the end of the afternoon with our visit with them, so we pulled the car out and we let the employees get an up-close and personal look at Blitzkrieg and some of the knickknacks that we've got going on with the car and some of the stuff that Brad's designed, and just kind of let them see what we were working with and what Brad has created here.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to go in first the showroom and just see the stuff that they produce. You know, they have a lot of things that are self-branded, and it was cool to find out that they make most of this stuff in-house. You know, they take pride in what they do, and the thing I really like is they try to keep everything they possibly can made in the USA, from the minor poly products that go in your engine mounts and stuff, to the products they make handmade on the shifters, you know, doing all that upholstery work, specialized stuff, you know. They try to keep all that in-house, A, so it's good quality, and B, to save you guys as much money as possible. So I thought that was really cool. And of course, going into the CNC room, you know, that's kind of what we like to do. So they were making some parts in there, and that was cool to watch. They got the 5-axis and some other pieces of equipment there just to again, save you guys money when they're trying to make products. Plus the in-house, especially, you know, we kind of relate to this, you know, if you do it in-house, you know it's done right. You don't have to worry about somebody making a mistake that, you know, whether it be fitment of a part or something like that. They know it's right before they sell it to you guys, so that's pretty cool. Something that I value greatly because, you know, especially in racing, you don't have time to wait for parts to be shipped back out and back in. You need them to fit right away and get that taken care of. So that was cool. And again, like he said, just to unload the car, let them look at it. That's pretty cool. Just being able to share what we love to do with them as well. And we did all that Friday evening as we were traveling down to Dunbenson to Galot Motorsports Park. And we got to the drag strip around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I believe.
Something like that. It
Yeah.
just started to get dark.
Yeah.
Starting to try to get dark on us.
Yeah, so we got set up and got ready for Saturday, and that had a good night's rest. But Saturday we're looking forward to it because we had made a lot of changes in the past week. I've been really studying our suspension system. I know we've been on the verge of getting it right for a long time, but I just didn't know which direction to go. So I talked with some people, got some information, got some numbers, actual numbers that I could just grasp onto, and I just decided I was going to swing for the fences this week and try something. And first pass, we realized that we hit it. You know, the suspension did what we wanted to do. There'll be some video footage for you guys to see of that. But the suspension did what I've been trying to get it to do for the past 2 years. I know you've been to a Volkswagen show and you've seen me. You know, I might hit it the first time, second pass, I might just blow the tires off. And that's not what you want in drag racing. You can't give the opponent the opportunities to take advantage of that. So just to be able to get that suspension separated and plant the tires hard, we picked up over 1,300 of a second in a 60-foot on our very first pass. So, you know, you imagine knocking 1,300 off your run with just one change. It's pretty incredible for me, especially when it's struggling for 2 years to get that right. So that in itself was just, I guess, an accomplishment for us for the weekend. So we knew after that we had something to work with. And first pass was just basically baseline. Let's just see what we've got.
Yep.
I had the power in it, and we said if it spins, it spins. But I didn't want to detune it and not know the suspension didn't work. So it worked. So we went from there and said, hey, let's turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
For the
so-
first time, and finally did what we were looking for it to do.
Yeah.
Finally.
So that was good. First round of qualifying, I always think it's funny when you're up there and the guy that's supposed to run you doesn't want to run you. I guess because we're in a Volkswagen and nobody wants to say they got beat by a Volkswagen. But fortunately for us, that's beginning to happen more and more. We're able to be competitive and put a whooping on some of these guys. So that's fun for me because we're always considered underdog.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like you roll in, you got all these guys. 14 car field this week. There was 12 Mustangs. 11 Mustangs, a Nova, a pickup truck, and a Volkswagen. So, and that pickup truck was bad. It ran like 460s, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was moving.
Yeah. So, you know, we was against some stout competition, and so they're all looking like, "What are you doing here?" And for us, it's like, you'll see. We're just gonna do our best. So round one, you know, it was basically baseline. We lay down to 531. I said, all right, we're good. Let's just turn it up a little bit. Turned it up, come back and run the 523, but it was on 5 cylinders. So we were like, well, that's all right. And I told you right before that run, I said, what did I tell you you're going to run? I said, it should run
A 5-team.
Yeah, I said, probably a 518 is what we should run. And as soon as I brought a stall on the boost, it was popping a little bit. I was like, something's not right. Launched it, and it's just popping all the way down the track. And it's, come back, had a fouled out spark plug in number 2. It wasn't even firing, so we know we was running on 5 cylinders. So I said, all right, that's awesome. We know we're definitely making progress. So changed plugs, put new plugs in for round 1, and we somehow drew a 470 Mustang. And I'm not sure how we did that because we were in the middle of the field, so we should have been running like somebody really close to us. But he almost gave it away to us. Unfortunately, the car fell off. It ran a 528. Again, I was looking for a team. He ran a 511.
Yes.
We had identical reaction times. It was a close race. I was actually pulling on top end. If it had been a quarter-mile race, we would have had him because I was pulling on pretty quickly, but I knew in the 8th there was no way. He was about probably a car length ahead of me. So good run. Overall, it was a great race weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Fast cars. There was a lot of fast cars there. Even pro mods, those boys, they like to send it.
Yeah. Galot Motorsports, that's the first time I've competed there. They know how to run a show.
Yes.
They started we had driver meet at 10. First class was up at 10:30. They had pro mods, 32 car shootout, small tire shootout, quick 32, bracket class, 2 junior dragster classes.
A lot of juniors.
A lot of racing.
Yes.
And they were done at 7:30.
Yes.
You know, and we were able to come home Saturday nights to have a sleep over and drive back Sunday. So we got to be home, enjoy this beautiful day, and just share the time with you guys. Awesome track. I really want to go back.
Yeah. If you've never had the chance to make it out to Galot Motorsports Park anytime in the future that you get a chance to go attend one of their events and to be a part of what they do there, I would highly recommend getting out there and just seeing the facility, feeling the vibe of the place, and guaranteed you're going to have some good racing because the track is well prepped and the guys that take care of the track do a great job.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
And matter of fact, round 1, the guy we ran had set the 8.2 deck.
Yes.
Ford, or no, it's not Ford, it's LS.
Yeah.
All the Mustangs are Chevy powered. So,
Yeah.
But
the 8.2
deck record, he ran the 511, so that was official because he done any eliminations. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. And again, we got to do the national deal with the 523. We were just looking at the data log earlier before we started the video, just looking at it, trying to learn a little bit more, and we actually come across some things that we kind of overlooked, and also some things we were thinking and wish we had thought of them a little bit earlier.
That's how it happens.
But it's all about learning. We were talking about the LS Mustang guys there's LS Mustangs everywhere. They can lean on each other, but the VR6 Volkswagen drag race community is rather small in comparison. So there's a lot more data out there for them to just fall back on. If they have an issue, they can fall back on that. Where whether it's us or Ricardo or any of the electronic guys, they're tight-banded and they can deal with each other. But the information is not out there like the LS.
Full of VR6 guys that are pushing the limits of these things, and then compared to LS swap the world. So it obviously makes it a lot harder to be able to work with other people that are experiencing the same things and to be able to work through a lot of these problems. So
yeah, and I'm still, it excites me when I can show up as a team and we can work together. And I know you were disappointed after round one because we thought, man, we can do this. But just the fact you can go into race brief here, I don't have any chance.
Yeah.
And then qualify middle of the field and be like, well, we haven't even turned it up yet.
Yeah.
We have a fighting chance.
We do.
And for us in a Volkswagen world, it's filled with Chevrolet and Ford. It's pretty cool. And that's what keeps us going week to week. Like, we just want to improve, want to get better.
Yeah.
And part of that, makes me excited for 2020. We're not done with 2019 yet, but 2020, we got some announcements coming for you guys later in the year about that. But man, I'm ready to throw it at it and just see what can happen.
Well, all right, but one way to find out has to have the opportunity to let it do it. So.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to do at least one more race this year, and we're gonna check this engine out this weekend, or this week rather, to see how it is, make sure everything's okay, and hopefully we can turn it up some more. I'm ready.
I hope so.
We haven't met our goals yet. We're meeting our short-term goals, but there's goals we have that we just want to knock out of the park. And if we meet those goals, we can be even more competitive in this small tire racing. I get a lot of flack for the small tire. Why don't you put some slicks on that thing? Well, I don't want to bracket race, and small tires heads up, and it's very challenging.
Yes.
And for those of you who have seen the car, the challenges that we've had to overcome. So challenges to me are just opportunities to find solutions to the issues you're having, and that's what makes it fun for me. I want to win, but I know you have to fight through it to get to that point. So
absolutely, that's
what we're doing, and I still want to be the first Volkswagen to win a radio race.
We're working on that part.
Yeah, one at a time. So again, qualify middle of the field makes it pretty awesome. I feel like same race we could probably be, I don't know, 4th or 5th next year if we had the same
Very
race.
possible.
Yeah.
If we can work through the small issues we have now with our launch, we have some issues going on that we're trying to smooth out real good, but I think once we get all that taken care of, that people are really going to realize that Brad's not playing, we're not playing around, and we're here to compete, we're here to be competitive. He built something unique for the sheer fact of, having something different, having something unique, and with him being the fabricator and with the background that he has, slap something like this together and then try and figure out all the kinks, and here we are now 3 years into it, and we're cruising around with the 275 guys running 520s with no boost off the launch and plenty more left on top end that we haven't bothered to mess with yet because we have other issues, and there's no reason to pursue that yet. So
yes,
we definitely know that we've got our feet planted and we're ready to take the step. But
yeah, we were wanting to launch probably 10 more pounds of boost yesterday.
Yes.
But there were some things restricting us from doing that. I think we figured it out. Like I said earlier, we were looking at some logs. I think we figured that out. But again, we start with a baseline, and you've got 2 qualifying shots. You don't want to screw one of those up, and definitely don't want to screw up the first round. But I'm totally confident in suspension now.
Yes.
That's been my struggle. It's hard to just say I'm going to throw the power at it, not knowing if it's going to hook up. So now it's going to hook, and I'm excited about that. So I guess from now on, how much boost? All of it.
As much as we can let it have.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We picked up 1300s on the 60.
Yes.
I would love to pick up another 800ths to a tenth on the 60. That's going to put us right where we need to be. And, you know, you progress that down the track, the numbers will speak for themselves. So we're excited about that. The thing is just trying to keep it dependable and safe.
Yes.
Hopefully maybe run some quarter-mile stuff next year. We've talked about how to tune the car for that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are like, why don't you run quarter mile? You just run 8th mile. Well, 8th mile is just easier on a car. It has nothing with, you know, I'm scared because, you know, I've been 230 in 6 seconds. It doesn't matter to me.
Scared's not the issue.
Know, I want to go 330 in 3.7 seconds, so it doesn't matter. It's just in the South, you got more 8th mile tracks. That's what everybody runs. You got PDRA. It's solely 8th mile stuff. Up north, you have more of your quarter mile stuff. Because the facilities are there. You know, South is covered with 8th mile facilities, and it costs so much to operate a quarter mile facility for just even a racing. It's hard to do that. So anyway, one thing I want to say is grateful and also humbled at the amount of people that come by and look at our car.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to even work on it.
It can be sometimes, yes.
Yeah, and especially after the turnaround times.
Yes.
Those 40 to 45 minutes. And you don't want to be rude to people and not talk to them. So you just kind of work and try to talk at the same time and not make mistakes if I get distracted. But it's just amazing, you know. Everybody's like, you definitely brought something people talk about here. And, you know, you're there with pro mods.
Yeah.
Pro mods everywhere. But the people are surrounded around your trailer.
Yeah.
Not the pro mods. And it's like, you know, it's pretty cool. It makes me feel good that people appreciate what we're trying to do. And I'm glad to just put some out there that people like to see, you know. Yes, I like doing long, smoky burnouts. Sometimes I get the RPMs a little high in doing that. But the best parts of the run is the burnout, the launch, and pulling the chutes.
Yep.
The rest in the middle is like just driving a Cadillac. So, you know, you're talking to somebody that rode around the drag strips at 7, 8 years old on a bicycle with wheelie bars and a parachute. So that's my life, you know. So we're just trying to grow that, and next year I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I just want to finish the year strong. We got possibly 2 more races coming up that we're going to, depending on the weather, they're in the middle of November, so depends if it gets cold or not and all that. But you know, we've won 1 race in Maryland. We qualified number 1 for a race in South Carolina right now. It's rescheduled for November. Hopefully attend that. We've broken a couple of records. We've done some personal bests. You know, this year's been good, even though we haven't been able to do a lot. We've had to work through some issues.
Yes.
And working through that, you know, we're starting to see the effort come forward. So.
But that's racing. Racing is racing. Some days you get it, and some days it gets you. So all these racers, we all play the same game. We all live the same life when it comes to the track, and we all know what it's like to be there with a fast car and things not happen, and you be there with a slower car and everything happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things with racing is you can show up with everything, but even at the end of the day, you still don't know what's going to happen because anything can happen.
Well, it's like I told you, brother. It's like I think we have the best car we've had since I built it. And then we show up, and it did good, but we still had some issues to work through, and you know that's fine. Mm-hmm. We'll get through that.
That's part of it. I don't think that part ever ends.
Yeah. So thanks for checking in with us. We'll keep you updated every time. We're going to try to do some more live feed. If you would just give us feedback on the live feed we gave you from ZMAX when we were in the Top Galot dragster. I really want to give you guys that pit cam view, and we're going to work on getting some in-car cam live footage via Facebook with Blitzkrieg, and I think that'll help you guys who can't go to the track to at least experience some of what's going on. But if you have the chance, please come out, support your local track, support any series that comes in your town. If you're a Volkswagen fan, support those Volkswagen series, and
that is the one part that we do thoroughly enjoy is the fans and the people that approach us about the car, and we love to just express with what we've got, what Brad has built here, and the progress that we've made, and the issues that we've had, and just to be able to share with people and hear even just interactions with people and hearing things about what they're doing with their cars. But as Brad mentioned, we don't always have all the time to be able to do that in between rounds, so we do love having you guys come up. We do love chatting with you guys and just talking about the car and racing and just all that in general. So by all means, if you ever see us at the track, feel free to come by, say hello. We've got merch for sale. We've got shirts and hats and hoodies. You can have pictures of the car. You can take a look at it for yourself up close and personal, kind of see what this thing really looks like in person. We know video doesn't quite do it justice. You do get to see it go down the track, but seeing what's under the hood and just how Brad has crafted this whole thing to fit in this little area is it's always fun to see. So by all means, always feel free to stop by and say hello and take a look.
Yep. So that's your race weekend review. Until next time, peace out.
See ya.